Well, hello there, gigantic music stand in my face. I don't know. You're here more to see the stuff that's going to be on here than me. It's update time! Hooray! Time for more comic book stuff. Yeah. Made a little trip to the comic book store and bought some comic books at the comic book store. Also bought some other sort of comic book related stuff, which I figured I'd just throw into this update because, to be honest, I didn't get a ton of comics this time around. My mom was in town for a couple weeks, so I had another mouth to feed. So that's where most of my extra money went. So, yeah. Anyway, comic books and comic book type stuff today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so getting right into it here, I picked up issue number 4 of the Micronauts. Where's issue number 3? Those of you who watch my update videos on a regular basis may be wondering. I don't know. They didn't have any in stock, so I figured, well, I'll grab issue 3. They still have 1 million copies of issues 1 and 2. I'm guessing it didn't sell as well as they had hoped, so they didn't get as many of issue 3. There we go. Oh well, what can you do? I'll keep an eye out for it, and if worst comes to worst, I'll grab the trade when it comes out. Alrighty, next up, picked up issues 11 and 12 of Invader Zim. Gotta love it. And apparently, volume 2 of the Invader Zim trade is coming out, which will cover issues 5 through 10. So another 5 issues of Invader Zim goodness there. Very cool. Do I actually have to move this over more? Hold on. There. Kinda. Yes. Someone was asking me, during the last update, I guess it was, if I bag and board my comics. Usually I do. I'm a little behind on that, but, I keep them in a safe place where they're not going to collect dust or get manhandled. But yeah, I definitely need to get caught up on that just from all the comics I've bought lately. Yeah, I basically just want to do like a whole bag and board binge. Get new long boxes, because quite frankly, the ones I've had are the same ones I've had since the 80s. And they're pretty ratty. They've been through many moves. And a lot of the old bags and boards are, also kind of ratty because they've been around for a long time. Well, I shouldn't say ratty, but I mean they could stand to be replaced. So I will do that at some point, but not today. Next up, I've seen this one on the shelves. They're actually up to issue number 5. I love the thing that this is based on. And the movie that was based on that thing that this is based on was, kind of fun. It wasn't great, but it, wasn't as great as I was hoping, but it was fun. But I love the thing that this is based on, and just flipping through this actually looks pretty cool. I picked up issue number 1 of The Haunted Mansion. I mean, just look at that cover. That is an awesome cover. Very cool. And if we look inside here as well, I mean, just wonderfully dark and moody and creepy, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking this out here. Got the evil, well, I don't know if she's evil. I haven't read it yet, but the head in the ball thing, and oh, and there we go. I got some of the other ghosts. Very cool. So, gotta love the Haunted Mansion. I still have the theatrical standee from the movie. You may recall from way back in the very early days of my life here on YouTube. There have been, I did quite a few of my live streams with that in the background. So next up, I picked up the first issue of this last time, and I was kind of, wasn't too sure about it. I gotta say, issue 2, wow, what an improvement. I really like the direction they're taking with this now. We have The Flintstones, issue number 2. This is laugh out loud hilarious. I actually really, really enjoyed this a lot. And they've got me. They've hooked me now. I am going to be continuing to check this out. So it's a bit of a shaky first issue. Stick it out for number 2 because it's really, really good stuff. I really like the direction that they're going in this now. With this now. And finally, you knew I was going to get this. I'm a huge fan of the original, and I was so stoked to find out they were doing a new series. I really hope that IDW manages to snag the rights to do trades of the original series somehow. I imagine that would be quite a feat to accomplish, but ditto with the Micronauts. Oh, it's hidden now, but I'd love to get trades of the original series of that. We have ROM, the new series of ROM. So this is an extra large issue, which actually does reprint the Free Comic Book Day story at the beginning, mainly because apparently a lot of people had trouble finding it. So it actually does start with the Free Comic Book Day prologue story, and then you have the new story from the first issue in there as well. So very cool that they reprinted that to make it available to everyone. Big thanks to the viewer who sent me that Free Comic Book Day issue. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah, so awesome. Gotta love ROM. This is fantastic. I mean, they just did this right from the get-go, and this is everything that I wanted from a modern ROM story. Really, really good stuff. It seems to, it has a very similar vibe to the original series, but set in a modern setting, and obviously without all the Marvel Universe characters. But so, like for example, in the first issue of the original series, ROM comes to Earth, and of course only he can see which humans are disguised dire wraiths and which ones are human. And as far as the humans are concerned, this killer robot just showed up from outer space and started vaporizing random people. And this one starts in much the same way. However, the big difference is this is in the modern age of cell phones and the internet and social media. So he comes down and starts blasting people, and suddenly he's all over the freaking internet. So it's going to make his job to turn, the leaders of the world to his side and realize and weed out the dire wraith infiltration. I was going to say infestation. Well, kind of infestation too. It's going to make his job even harder. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with this. Very good stuff. Highest possible recommendation, especially if you're a fan of the original. Next up, comic book related stuff. Well, I think everybody and their dog bought this one. A bit of a controversy concerning how this was adapted. I'm going to do a separate video about this. I'm not going to talk about it too much right now. But we have Batman, The Killing Joke, the long-awaited animated adaptation, starring, of course, featuring Kevin Conroy returning as Batman, Mark Hamill as the Joker, and we've got Ray Wise as the voice of Commissioner Gordon. Very, very cool casting choice there. And then next up, this just kind of put me into a Batman mood. So I wanted more Batman. And I remembered seeing at Walmart they had some Batman stuff on sale that I was considering getting. I've just basically given up on ever getting the complete series set of this because it's just too damn expensive, and there's way too many bootleg sets out there, so who knows which ones are real and which ones aren't. I'm not going to spend a single red cent on a fucking bootleg of this. I will just stick with the originals, thank you. So I don't know why it's never been re-released in complete series form, so I'm just going to get the 4 original volumes. Picked up Batman the Animated Series, Volume 1. I used to own this many, many moons ago. Now I finally own it again. Walmart had this on sale for $15, so I couldn't pass that up. That was just a no-brainer as far as I was concerned. And then they also had Volume 2 on sale for $20. They also have Volume 3, also for $20. I'll probably pick that up next time. Oddly, they don't have Volume 4. I don't know why, but anyway. And then next up, and this one I couldn't believe, also for $20, we have the complete series set of Superman, the animated series. Oh, look at that shiny cover. So this is all 54 episodes spread across 6 discs, and then there is a 7th disc featuring with a featurette all about the High Father and Darkseid, and basically the influence of the Fourth World, stuff on the Superman animated series. So pretty cool. And I mean, for $20 for the complete series, I'm actually really looking forward to this because I haven't seen very much of the Superman series. I was mostly just all about the Batman stuff, but yeah, so most of this is going to be new to me, so it should be pretty cool. And then last but certainly not least, this was actually a gift from dear old mum when she was in town. Not really comic book related per se, but you do find these in comic book stores all over the place. Picked up a pop vinyl of Poe Dameron from Star Wars: The Fourth Awakens. Yeah, pretty cool. Gotta love Poe. Definitely one of the breakout characters from that. Well, actually, I think pretty much the entire new cast are breakout characters, but really hoping we see more Poe in Episode 8, because I thought he was a really fun character and had some of the best lines in the show. So there, that's not going to stay. Well, maybe that'll just barely stay. And there you go, a whole bunch of comic book stuff. All right, that'll be the thumbnail. See, I always put the thumbnail in the actual video. But you notice what I do is I put the title over here, so it kind of, you can kind of see what some of the stuff is, but it kind of obscures it. So yeah, that's kind of my new thing with the update thumbnails. Just tantalizing glimpse. If you want to see what's behind that big, massive, offensive title, you gotta watch the video. Haha. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. Tune in again a little later today for my Killing Joke review. Don't want to waste any time on that, and I'm sure you guys don't want to wait either, so I'll give you all my thoughts, good and bad, on the Killing Joke later. That'll be around 6 p.m. Pacific time. Or it may already be up if you're watching this months from now. Alrighty. That is it from me to you for now, so quick thank you to my Patreon sponsors. Big thanks to Kyle Pellegrini and Get Your Gorgeous On, the wonderful e-mag maintained by Michelle O'Toole and Simon Hedger, my highest level sponsors. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate the support. Alrighty, we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Ah!